Alright, hey everybody, we're officially doing this live. Long annoying hair in my eyes and all. Because I can, I chose any game that I wanted, and today I'm going to play Tales of Maj'Eyal, and none of you can stop me. In fact, by the time that you see this, it's going to be so far into the past that you won't be able to stop me. So, hooray! First, I'm going to check out add-ons. I have quite a few different add-ons. I'm going to be removing most of these. Escorts Enhanced is one of my favorite add-ons, and one that I highly suggest to just about everybody at all. Alright. Let's see, Embers of Rage, Melinda on map. That's just annoying if she's not there, but we'll disable it anyway. We have all these extra classes. Escorts Enhanced. In this game, they're, well, you know what, whatever. I'll just show you. The Zomnibus add-on pack. I don't remember the specifics of what this does, but I like it. And allow respec anywhere. Usually it's just in towns. We will turn that off as well. Ignore race and class locks, and we're going to do a new game. Since this is going to be the first video where we go through this, Tales of Maj'Eyal is one of my favorite roguelikes, and I am a roguelike man. And it has so many different variations for classes, and then there are different builds inside of the classes. You can even see over here. What? 7 out of 8 races. Surely there's more than that. I never really counted them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somebody's lying to me. Or maybe it's just there in other. Regardless, we're going to go through. Generally, in the future, I'm going to just click random, and we'll play whatever we get. My personal goal is to go through each one of the classes and beat the game at least once. It sounds like that's going to be a lot of fun, but since this is the first time that I'm streaming this game, I'm going to pick something a little easier. First, what would this first random be? Just so I know. Drem, Archer. Archer sounds great. Why not? I'm going to be human and Cornac for reasons I'm going to go in there. His name is going to be Archie, the archering archer of the clan of Dudington. Oh, man. Just a little too... Dudington. And Archie's going to be a girl. There are so many different ways that you can customize it. I often spend a lot of time going in there and playing around with different hairs. I don't really feel like that. We are just going to click on play and go. So I'm going to slowly get more and more in depth with things that are going to happen. First off, I chose Cornac. Cornac are the human, I guess, archetypes. There are two different types of human, and less offensive this way. There are two different types of humans, and one is the higher born, and the other is you're a human. You're a human, there's nothing special about them. Almost every other race gets something that's special about but Cornac in general get nothing. They don't have a racial tree to put points into. What they do get is lots of extra points. So, taking a look at this, these are all the different trees that we have from an archery standpoint. I'm going to go down. First thing I'm going to look at, you can't see it, it'll appear right over here, where it says like strength 18. Dexterity, 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 dexterity. I think they use dexterity, which means the 3 points. In general, with your class, you want to put all of your points into, or at least initially, into the stat that you do damage with. So 1, 2, and 3. Hooray, we've done it. I'm going to take a look at these. These are all the different trees that are here. We can expand or we can shrink them. If they are green, they are unlocked. If they aren't green, then they are locked, and we have to unlock them using a category point. this is what's special about the Cornac right here. They get category points, so they can unlock things because they can, and why not? They want to. So a lot of other races, you get a category point, you get 1 at 10, you get 1 at 20. There's a couple other ways to get some. You get another one through leveling. You get one through a quest down the line. I'm going to ignore a lot of that. Right now we have a category point. You can spend it on unlocking something here. You can spend it on improving a tree. You may have noticed this 1.3 changed to a 1.5. This is actually quite great when it comes to all the different calculations that this game is going to put into play. We'll get to that. We'll see that somewhere at 1, somewhere at 1.3. It just means that as an archer, we're better at these than others. We can also put it into an inscription, which is probably what I'm going to do, but not right now. I also want to take a quick look at these locked trees so I can figure out what the heck am I going to do down the line. So, dexterity, and cunning, poison cunning specifically. I'm very interested, and I'm going to pore over these, so let's just start going down. I'm an archer, and I will probably want to go up in archery training. It kind of makes sense. It looks, we have steady shot, fire steady shot, chance to mark the target. If it's not on cooldown, this will automatically be used. Okay, so it's a free talent with a very short cooldown that is just better than a normal attack. So why wouldn't I want that? Pin down. This is kind of interesting. First off, you'll notice on the screen on the right, it has stamina cost. Now, with stamina is just one of the many resources that exist in Tales of Maj'Eyal. Stamina is usually for warrior classes, and when you're out of stamina, you're tired, and you can't use stamina abilities. There are a lot of different ways of getting stamina, and hopefully we will have some of them. You fire a shot that attempts to pin the target to the ground. Archers arch, and that means that if there's some guy with a two-handed axe that's running towards me, we generally do not want him actually getting to me and hacking at me with the axe. So this just says here's a chance to, and it increases with our accuracy. Dexterity itself gives accuracy. See 3 accuracy right there from the points I'm putting into it. That means the guy can't get to me. He's pinned to the ground, which if you think means shooting him in the foot or the cloak and he's stuck. Fragmentation shot, that razor fragments, it is a leaving the target's radius 1, and that radius 1 is green, which means it will expand. So this looks like it's a bomb. That's pretty exciting. I know we're not getting there yet. Let's see, fires waves of projectiles and blah blah blah. You know, this is taking too long. Let's just take a look at what we have right now. Fire precise shot, which with 100 increased accuracy, and it will bypass things and it will do lots of extra damage. But not as much damage as this eventually could. I see they want you to put points into it. Later on, volley, called shots, bullseye. It looks like it's a lot of different ways that allow us to hit things far off. I'm taking that point back for right now. Combat techniques. A rush towards an enemy. Actually, in this game, rushing towards an enemy, unless you're a melee character, which I am not, archers are not known for their melee prowess, you never want to use rush to run to somebody. It is usually far better to use rush to rush away from somebody. Combat veteran, combat focus, I regenerate stamina faster. That's nice, seeing as how all of my abilities use stamina. I'm not going to put a point into it yet. Marksman, it's a passive, and it says that when I'm using bows or slings, I do more damage. A couple things to point out here. Increases weapon damage by X percentage and physical power by another amount. That physical power, there's physical power, mind power, and spell power in this game. And that's what you use to overcome the enemy saves, or enemies use to overcome your saves. So physical power is actually very important. It also factors into damage. The chances that a lot of your status effects are actually going to stick, etc. Reflexes. Lightning fast reflexes. If you spot a projectile, you can instantly shoot at it without taking a turn to take it down. That's just kind of fun. Let's see, if I spot it, I can shoot at it. It's range 6. Okay, so the way that this seems to work is if I see a projectile in the air, let's see, it reduces, okay, a couple things. If I see a projectile in the air, it means I can activate this ability to just kind of and fire it and try to shoot it down, which is good. There are several different types of projectiles. We'll get to them. We'll get to it. But it also slows the speed of incoming projectiles, meaning I have a greater chance to see them and thus shoot them down. And let's see. Nope. Sorry. What's this? Agility. Mobile. Combining sling and shield. I am an archer, good sir. I am not a slinger. Enhance it to fire a defensive shot in time to intercept the attack. Evading it and dealing damage. That's interesting. If they attempt to use a non-instant talent, you immediately shoot them. That causes it to fail. That's going to be sexy when I fight mages. Let's see. Put all your focus into escaping combat. I gain increased... Well, that is an escape tool. That's why they call it escape. That's actually incredibly powerful for reasons that I will get into it. So over here we have different points. This is just general combat training. As you can see, Constitution. Strength is in red. Dexterity. Words go here. Long story short, this is for a variety of builds. This is just combat accuracy. I'm going to be going super high in dexterity. I'll put a point in here right now. As a funny quirk of this game, I can take points out once I'm in town. We have Cunning Survival, and that's it, it looks like. Okay, we have a Conditioning Tree if I ever choose to go up in Vitality, which isn't a terrible idea to go up. So let's talk about a couple things. First off, I talked about these stats. Strength gives you physical power. Max encumbrance, I can lift more stuff, and physical save. Dexterity is all about accuracy, doing having range defense, actual defense, and shrugging off crits. At high difficulties, crits are what's going to kill you. It's not going to be anything else. You can survive a war of attrition. You cannot survive a single crit. In fact, on higher levels, it is not uncommon, or higher difficulty levels, it's not uncommon to turn around the corner to see that you died. Everybody else knew it, except for you. Constitution. This gives you max life, physical save, and a healing modifier. A couple things. If you put all your points into this, you will get about 10% more max health than you would have otherwise. It's not as great as you would think. And by great, I mean large. As far as healing modifier, that's important. Any source of healing is increased by a healing modifier. So that's sexy. I'm an archer and not a magic user, so I'm not going to match at other magic users. It gives you spell save and spell power. And over here we have willpower. It gives you spell save, mental save, mind power, and bonus to max stamina. If I wanted lots of max stamina, which I don't know if I've taken a look at a couple of the later powers, and they can be pretty expensive. 31.8. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that right now I have about 100. So that's a lot. And then finally we have Cunning, Crit Chance, Mental Save, and Mind Power. So fighters, ranged characters, paladins, healers, mages, and things that make things go boom. Willpower, such as scions and psychics. And we have Cunning for rogues. We have some generic points to put into things. I'm going to put it into this, and I will let you guys know when it comes time. Heightened senses, it improves with Cunning, and I can, so why not? And I'll get into inscriptions in a second. Let's see, class trees. That's going to be important because that helps me attack things. I'm going to put something into that last because I can take it out later. Increased weapon damage when using bows or slings, so I want that. That goes up with dexterity. It goes up slower than most other powers. I'm not really worried about shoot down right now. If I die, that is on me, and it's because I'm a terrible person. Let's see, archery prowess. Sure, I want another button to press, so here we go. I accept changes. You are a native of the northern region of the Allied Kingdoms, a peaceful land that both humans and halflings call home. You hail from the small town called Dearth. Humans are the most common race of the land, and you are one of them. In an attempt to prove your worth, you have decided to venture into the old and wild places of the world, looking for ancient treasures and glory. You have come to a land called the Dearth Fields, because we're creative. On the western border of the Thaloran forest, in search of the Trollmire. It is an old forest infested with trolls, aptly named, and all kinds of wild animals. I see what they did there. And then, without having a break, to the west lies another dangerous place, the old ruins of Corpool. You heard the caves below it were infested by vermin and undead. After days of travel, you have found the forest and entered it. What will you find there? Well, I think you already told us. Trolls and all kinds of wild animals. So, let's see if they're right or not. Okay, so this is one of the mods. I talked about escorts. Escorts are people that randomly show up and say, hey, I'm going to die without you. Please, can you escort me to this little purple circle on the ground? I will teach you something or improve your stats. So they're generally extremely good. Now, there are a couple of extra things that I want to say about this. If I didn't have the mod installed, I would not be able to choose who my escorts are. They are completely random. So there are a lot of builds out there that say, hey, hopefully you get this escort. I don't like doing that. I don't like leaving leaving a lot up to RNG, but when it comes to certain things like escorts, not so much. Also, there was another add-on that I had, and it means escorts aren't dumb. Escorts will just run in that direction, just kind of off into the distance, and you can't stop them. They'll do it to the detriment of their health and yours and the game. They don't care. They just have this amazing fascination with purple circles on the ground. The one that I have means that they'll pause, they'll actually heal themselves, and they will freak out if they see a bad guy. Generally, this is a good thing for us. So, okay. Tinker, you can only choose once, and then I like to just kind of go down the list and choose one of everything. Perfect. That way, nobody is favored, except for the Tinker, which I get immediately. Gonna move some things around my bar. Let's see, headshot, instantaneous, rush. Oh, I moved the wrong thing. That's instantaneous. If it's not on cooldown, this will automatically replace your normal attacks and trigger the cooldown. Alright, perfect. So rush is over here, headshot's over here. So, I guess I can't... Oh! I guess it started moving me. Well, you can wait. So there's a couple of other things here. First off, this isn't real, so it's gone. This is disarm trap. I very rarely ever see many traps. Traps are... We have infusions, and these are some of the inscription slots. There are infusions, there are inscriptions, and there are tinkers. Tinkers is its own special wild child of the corn that can go off into that direction right now. We have 3 infusions. So, with the you start off with 3, and then I can use a category point to increase this number up to 4. They are incredibly powerful. Dark God, as he is known, the maker of this game, he does not like consumables, and he doesn't like consumable resources. This is something that I agree with. Many other roguelikes, if you run out of health potions, well, that sucks, you're done. Dark God likes to put an emphasis on positional and tactical combat, not on resource management. So that means if I were to click this right here, you can see in the... I guess you can't see because I'm there. Let me see if I can move my box a little. Yay! That's right. I'm the person facing the wolf now. Okay. You can see in that box on to the right that it is a travel speed instantaneous and usage speed is instant, meaning I will instantly use this. Alright. Away with thee, Elliot Head. Here we go. Infusion. I click on it. I used it. Great. I healed myself for 0 because I was at full health, and I'm awesome. 1 second. With the plague going on, hair has been extra annoying. I will say that. So I used it. It is now on cooldown for 12 turns. These are for game turns, which means it's not necessarily for character turns. We'll get into stuff like that later on. We also have a regenerate. This is instant healing. We have a regeneration infusion, and this heals, increases. This is my health bar. This increases this for a set number of turns. It will increase it. Activate the infusion to heal yourself for 100 life over 5 turns. So it'll increase it by 20. That's really great, but it does take a turn to use. Here's my stamina. That's my experience bar. That means I am poor, and I spent my last money on buying bows and 13 arrows. They auto-replenish. Finally, we have this wild infusion. This is a way of... wild infusions do a couple things. They clear a status effect that you have, which is vitally important. And they also reduce all damage taken by a certain percentage for X number of turns. I would never say that I am a good player. I say that I am a persistent player. So I have not been into a position where I want to use a wild infusion to reduce overall damage. However, I plan on getting there. Final thing. Here we go. That is great. A nice little peach drink that my lady made for me. Here we go. Finally is disengage, and that just means I jump away. It's one of my escape options. So, right here we have a wolf. I am going to press the 1 button, and then I can target anything. I am then going to target the wolf. I did 47 damage and I killed it. Great for me. That's awesome. Another wolf. Archer arches. I'm going to press the O button. It auto-explores. A lot of games don't have auto-explore and they shun them. I personally enjoy auto-explore because it means any decision I have to make is in tactical combat. Headshot. What do you mean I can't pick him? I want to pick that guy. Instantaneous, fire precise shot, dealing, there's no cooldown. This shot will bypass. Only usable against marked targets and consumes the mark. Okay, so we'll just shoot him. Look, I shot him. It was great. I noticed that steady shot was also gone. Yay! Yay! The early games are kind of win button, especially on normal, and I'm on normal right now, Age of Ascendancy. What that means is, in a lot of ways, I could just kind of roll my face on the keyboard and it wouldn't be bad. I just picked up something. So before getting into this, an iron pickaxe, it allows me to dig. Here's the talent to dig. I want to dig that wall. There are 2 snowcats and they are a higher level than me, so let's shoot them. Not that I have a lot. Okay, there aren't 3, there were 9, and they're everywhere. I'm watching my health go down at this point. They are 2 levels above me. I'm going to click this regeneration infusion. There, 20.3. Now my health is going up, and I can continue to shoot these guys because that's archer's gonna arch. I don't have any ammo left. That sucks for me. I'm gonna run. I mean, I could just wait. I'll tank it. Archers are known for their tanking abilities. Each turn that I wait, I gain another ammo back. And regeneration. And let's start shooting things again. And now we wait. super fun, guys. Instant healing. And we'll shoot him. And we'll shoot him. And we'll shoot him. And we'll... Oh, I'm out again. Normally, you don't get into protracted battles like this right from the get-go. Normally, it happens later on down the line. I'm regenerating all my health. More health than he has room for. And I level up. Oh, that's great. Now I get all of these things. This is actually quite a find, getting all of these. Remember, these are incredibly powerful, and my survival hinges on all of these different inscriptions. So, Healing Infusion of the Duelist. This is interesting because it scales with my dexterity stat. And if you guys remember what all of my skills scale off of, it's a little thing called Bloody Dexterity. So, Healing Infusion of the Duelist, and it scales and will get better with my dexterity stat. Heck to the yeah, move to normal inventory, and a movement infusion. This is great. It means I move at 400 speed for 1 game turn. Game turns are on a static loop, and if I say movement speed plus 25%, it means that I am moving at 120, and the step would take 100% of a turn. That means that every 4 turns I can outpace you, good sir. Movement infusion is great. In fact, it is so great that I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over here. Remember this category point? I'm going to spend it on an inscription because inscriptions are great. And I'll get to all of these. Alright, stats. 1, 2, 3. That was great. Everybody loved it, including me. Dexterity is too low to level it up, but it is not too low to level up light armor. I have a feeling I'm not actually going to be using light armor, but I will get to that later, as I say about just about everything. Steady shot is my basic attack, and archer training is great. Archer's going to arch. Perfect, accept all changes. So, back to my inventory. Let's, no. Movement infusion. Use it. I now have it. It's great. It's right there. It's an escape key, and I want those. Healing infusion. Perfect. This one will heal me for 50. This other one will heal me for 89, and will increase with as I grow older. It was 83 a moment ago, I believe. Now it's 89. Yeah, so you can see how, as the game goes on, you want to have infusions or inscriptions that scale with your power. In fact, there is an entire race that is dedicated to just that. Yeah. Oh, yay. Look at all the shooting that we're doing. I'm pressing 1 so hard right now, guys. 1. Yeah, I want to target myself. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just shooting in random directions. Woo! Killed it. It's a mouse. Egads. I don't know why the mouse is just like, hey, you see that guy? F that guy. I want to beat that guy up. And they start coming at you. So, I have a transmogrification chest. I don't know. It's been a while since I really pronounced things from Calvin and Hobbes. What this does is it takes items that you would normally have to carry, and it distills them into gold. So it's very nice. I don't have to carry it. Anything inside of this chest, which everything I pick up goes into this chest. If you see me be a busy little vacuum cleaner for a bit, that's thanks to this chest. So I take things up and I put it into the chest. At the end of the level, I can choose to keep some things or just say, no, I don't want it. I hate this. I want it. I want it gone. So maximum, there's this cloak. Strength 3, 1 con, why not? Defense, why not? Maximum life plus 30. Hello, plus 25% to my max health. Now let's press the O key. Look at all that 1 that I'm pressing right now. Yeah, archers are going to arch. Archer was actually the first class that I ever played. Now that being said, it played quite differently than it did right now. So you see this gate of hell around that guy? It means he's marked. And so I'm going to... Actually, here's the thing. We can inspect creatures. Ooh. You can see all of their stats. I'm not going to run through everything. attack, defense, talents. He's stunned. He is knocked back, and he is marked. So that means my headshot will work. Yay! It shot him in the head for pretty much the same amount of damage I do normally. And shoot this guy, and press 1, and press 1. Oh man, guys, this is great. I'm so good at this game. So, a couple things that I was going down the list of. Archer was the very first class that I had, and I pretty much steamrolled the game, despite it being a roguelike, up to a point where I just died immediately, which happens in roguelikes, as you should expect it to. It played very differently, then there was an overhaul, and now archers are great. So you may have noticed a mouse here, and now the mouse is gone. That is because the mouse is super stealthy. He's gone. I can still target him, and I missed. I didn't press 1 hard enough, guys. Believe in the heart of the 1 key. There we go. Yeah, I pressed 1 6 times right there. 8 times, guys. 1, 1, 1, 1. I swear, this game does get more interesting. I believe that Dark God and all of it, who measures the making of updates in Dark God time units, DGTU, which is means anything that he wants it to. The maker of the game, he does not like to give out any kind of specific times or time limits. So if he says, hey, we're coming out with an expansion, and it's going to happen in 1 Dark God time unit, it can be between 3 days and 3 years. You don't really know. Unless he's absolutely sure, he's not going to tell anybody. Oh, quick break. You find a tattered page scrap. Perhaps this is part of a diary entry. Ack again, but he's just a stupid old troll. It'll be easy not to let him get wind of me. Infinitely found... It definitely found his treasure stash further on, but had to turn back. If you get this, help! So this is funny. I'll get to that in a second. So, the maker of this game, Dark God, this is technically ToME 4. It is was built off of an older roguelike. So, he is a programmer, obviously. In fact, he is constantly undertaking new feats of programming and trying to improve this game. It is very active in its development. It just seems very slow because he is a software developer. I mean, that's how he built this game. That being said, knowing this, quite a few software developers and trending down that path, my entire family is filled with engineers. So I understand. He wants things to be done well, not just, hey, we did it, enjoy, guys. Oh, it's full of bugs, it's fine. He wants it to be done well, and he doesn't know what's going to prioritize. The second thing I want to say is, we just picked up a piece of lore. Every dungeon in this game has lore that you can find and read. And lucky for you, I'm going to read them all. After I press 1 4 times in a row, because I am that good. So there's a couple of things. You just saw me open up an empty space. That's supposed to be a door, but I had to... Video options. Disable advanced shaders. If I had not disabled them, all this grass would look like the sea. I don't know why. It never happened before, and it hasn't happened since. So, take it for what you will. 3. Oh man, that's 4 shots. 10 shots per guy, or 10 1 presses, and a level up. Guys, go away. I want to level up. Alright, sealed door. That usually means that there's guys that are big and strong on the other side. Burly. Alright, master marksman. All my bow things do have higher physical power, and I reload twice as fast. And my weapon damage is increased? Sure, I like my weapon damage increased. I'm not going to spend this generic right now. I could spend it. I don't want to. I don't need to. Accept changes. And that's level 8, level 11, level 9, and for all of you who have been following, I am a lowly level 3. So we are going to do what I call my get the heck out of dodge technique. I'm going to go over, use a movement infusion, and run the heck away before they have any chance to react to me. There we go. And I'm just going to run manually. By the way, I use classic rogue controls. That means that the U key means up right, Y key means up left, the B key means down left, the N key means down right, L means right, K means up, J means down, and H means to the left. And it comes super naturally to me ever since I started playing Castle of the Winds when I was younger. Look, 2 amulets specifically designed for me. Agility and Sniper. Move to normal inventory. Normal inventory. You guys shouldn't have. And Quick Elm Totem of the Summon Tentacle. I guess it does what it says on the tin, guys. So, Elm Arrows of the Wind. 20% chance to knock somebody back and do damage. Yeah. It's better than my other arrows of We Are Arrows. 16 out of 16, so that's nice. I have more arrows. Loading next level. So, I'm going to talk about this for a second. This is a tool. Tools go right here. There are different items that you will get that you can invoke. Like, by the power of Grayskull, thunder, you know, all of that stuff with a sword. It's kind of like that. This one will summon a giant tentacle. Up to 5 spaces away for 3 turns. That's disturbing. It's on 2-turn cooldown. So later on, I'm going to get this device mastery, which says all of the cooldowns are slower. What this actually or functionally does is it means that I will have the ability to use skills that are not part of my core class, and I get to enjoy them. So I can just quickly swap out different items and be like, now I've got a shield. Now I'm on fire. I don't know. In this case, those are a bunch of worms. We're going to shoot those worms. I'm looking for a nice... There you are, you sexy troll man. Enjoy this. Tentacle. That's right there. And we're just going to back away. He killed the tentacle. Well, it wasn't a great tentacle. Nobody liked him. That's why I didn't invite him to my parties anyway. That's a lot of wolves. So, one thing to know in roguelikes, if you've not played many roguelikes, it is far more important for you to survive than it is for you to kill things. So, I am running away from these things. Not because I'm in danger, I'm not. But because I don't want 2 things attacking me at once. So, one there, one there, one there. They're looping around the back. That's fine. I'll just wait. Alright, I guess they got bored and left. Yay! And it's done. And that rabbit's... I don't know why the rabbit's angry. And that white wolf is dead. All I have to do is... Okay. Another cool thing. This is an area boss. There's usually one per... There is one per location. Trollmire is a bit different. There is a chance that it can have 2. The other is a hedge troll mage, which I like to call the character ender, because he's terrible and I hate him. This guy is Prox the Mighty. This is the big troll that all of the different notes that we have been finding, all the different notes meaning 1, has been talking about, or has it? More later. A huge troll. He might move slowly, but he does look dangerous nonetheless. Well, great. If he's over there, and I'm over here, and I'm an archer, and I have arrows that push you back, I think I just... Now that's just cheating. That's just cheating. So guys, remember the rush skill that I have? Haha! I have rushed, and I'm over here now. What? I rush out, and then I don't do anything. Can I just rush out? I don't know what's going on. And perform a melee attack that can daze the target. I must rush at least 2 tiles away. So 1, 2. Guys, did they change this? Looks like I have to melee attack somebody. Alright, good sir. I'm merely attacking you. Too close to build momentum. Can only rush to a creature. Well, at least we know this. I'm gonna press 1 a couple times. Yeah. Procs the mighty. More like procs the... not mighty. Some lore. Hidden treasure. You get this when you get quests. You can click on it and see what it reads. Explore the caves below the ruins of Corpol and the Troll Mire in search of treasure and glory. You have explored the Troll Mire and vanquished Prox the Troll and hidden treasure. You have found all the clues leading to the hidden treasure. There should be a way on the 3rd level of Troll Mire. It looks extremely dangerous, however. Beware. It both is and is not. Look, guys, I'm found an artifact. Prox's lucky halfling foot. A large hairy foot, very recognizably a halfling's. It's strung on a piece of thick twine. In its decomposed state, it's hard to tell how long ago it parted with its owner, but from what look like teeth marks around the ankle, you get the impression it wasn't given willingly. It has been kept somewhat intact with layers of salt and clay, but in spite of this, it's clear that nature is beginning to take its toll on the dead flesh. Some say the foot of a halfling brings luck to its bearer. Right now, the only thing you can be sure of is that it stinks. As do most feet. Bam. River's Fury. This gorgeous and ornate trident was wielded by the lady Nashva, and when you hold it, you can faintly hear the roar of the rushing river. That just reminds me of Magic Mentos. I am not going to be using a lot of whips or tridents. They use something special called exotic weapon proficiency, and I normally don't get it. The way to treasure is to the east, but beware, death probably awaits there. You find a tattered page scrap. Perhaps this is part of a diary entry. Writing this in a tree, and he's at the bottom of this, waiting. His club is the size of a tall dwarf. Don't think I'm going to make it. Alongside the note is part of the plan of the region, so that's how I know where the treasure is. Rod of Recall, I will get to that in a second. This rod is made of Voraton, infused with raw magical energies that can bend space itself. You'll have heard of such items before. They're very useful to adventurers, allowing faster travel. Right now I'm going to press O, and I'm going to press 1 at a lot of bad guys. So, with beating the boss, I am now level 5. I gained multiple levels at once, as is what usually happens in the beginning of the game. Oh. It won't let me auto-explore if I am poisoned or some such. Alright. Bam. Yeah, shoot that rabbit. Shoot that mouse. Yeah, mouse. Man, guys, these headphones are annoying and they kind of make my head hurt. If you have any suggestions for headphones, please let me know. I could have sworn that I saw a building down here. I did and did not. You have to dig. Lots of worms. All level 7. Sandworms. Let's press 1 at them. Yeah. Oh. I killed them all. Something procced. Let me see. 20%. Radius 3. So it's everybody all at once in that area. So it hurt everybody. And now we get a bunch of these. The red ones are... This way leads to the lair of a mighty troll. Traces of blood are everywhere. Are you sure? Answer is yes. And this screen comes up. So the green ones are nature powered. The red ones are magic powered. I'm sure I'm going to talk much more about that later on. Right now, all you have to know is that the green ones are nature powered. Red ones are magic powered. In the world of Maj'Eyal, there was this extinction level event, this cataclysm called the Spellblaze. I will get into that much later. All you have to know is it's like the worst day ever for everybody. All happened at once. There was spellfire. Nature itself was corrupted. We'll talk a little bit more about that. entire planets were engulfed and scarred. Any demons that you see in here are actually from another planet. I believe now it's an asteroid. I need to read some more lore on that. But it's a giant thing called Spellblaze. It was thousands of years ago, and nature fought back. Nature is another force in the world of Maj'Eyal, and it is diametrically opposed to magic. So you have anti-magic and magic. And anti-magic is something special. First off, this foot is great. It's strong. Okay, this is great. It removes with a 25% chance up to 3 stuns, pins, or dazes each turn. So the things that would keep me from being able to be me, it removes on a 25% chance. I will have that any day of the week. Let's see, River's Fury. It is powered by arcane forces. You can see that. That's the purple words on the screen right now. Move to inventory for reasons. This regeneration infusion, I'm going to move because I think it's better than what I currently have. And I'm going to press escape. So all of it turned into money. Okay, so we didn't take a look at these. Agility and sniper, but it also has confusion immunity. Acting confused when you have a bow that is shooting pointy things at everybody, including yourself. Being confused is probably not what you want to be. And regeneration infusion of the Titan, that means it scales with Constitution. Use. Regeneration only heals for 100. I'll take that. 113. Alright. I'm going to, press 1 at these guys. I will open this loose rock. There is a troll right there, hiding. Don't let him fool you. We're going to wait 1 turn. We're going to shoot this guy. I'm actually going to exercise a little bit of caution right here, because these guys are not what I'm worried about. That guy is. Bill the stone troll. Big, brawny, powerful, with a taste for halfling. He is wielding a small tree trunk and lumbering towards you. This is the troll the notes spoke about, no doubt. Not Prox the Mighty. Ha. So, I guess let's start off the way we start off every night, Pinky. We're gonna shoot him. And then we're gonna press 1 at him again. And he's marked, so I'm gonna headshot him. And then I'm gonna shoot him some more. Normally I'm taking a lot more damage than this, and I'm at least dazed. There's the proc from my arrows coming into play. I'm just gonna press 1 at him. I don't think he's hit me yet. Misses. Well, that's what happens. And he didn't hit me once, and that has never happened before. He can kill me quite easily. I'm just going to press 1 at this guy. Oh, ran out of arrows. Pressing 1 at this guy. From Bill the Troll, we got Bill's tree trunk. This is a big, nasty-looking tree trunk that Bill the Troll used as a weapon. It could still serve this purpose, should you be strong enough to wield it. So yellow items are generally unique. They'll appear once. This requires 25 strength, and it is a big old giant tree trunk. Alright, that was cool. I'm going to press circle and pick everything up. I'm going to click this Rod of Recall, which will automatically, in 40 turns, bring me back to the world map. And rest. I don't like any of this, except for resilient, protection. Yeah, I don't like any of this. It's not good. No. Except for this, that can knock people away, so. Alright, perfect. And guys, here we are on the world map. I'm going to call it right here because this is my first time ever, but I'm going to be continuing to play Maj'Eyal just elsewhere in another room and give my mouth a chance to relax and brush this hair out of my eyes. So, guys, if you enjoyed it, subscribe, like, press buttons, leave comments, everything in the doobly-doo, as a very good dungeon master named Matt says. So, see ya!